Soon we may see a Hyundai Ioniq 5N electric vehicle. 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5N performance EV is already rendered. It may happen soon because on the sidelines of the Kona N world premiere, Hyundai made a rather interesting announcement saying performance-oriented electric vehicles are in the pipeline and the Ioniq 5 is a likely candidate for the N treatment. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armin Harayan from torquenews.com. If you are here for the first time, please take a moment, subscribe to our channel for daily electric vehicle news coverage, and also ring the bell so you don't miss my next coverage. Like this video if you find it informative, and follow us on Twitter, please. Rendered with Kona N infused styling by Kleber Silva in these images that you see on your screens, the electric crossover boasts a tri-tone makeover in the pixel artist's interpretation. The gray body shell is complemented by lots of matte and glossy plastic trim, and the finishing touch comes in the guise of red for side skirts, front spoiler lip, brake calipers, rear aerodynamic diffuser, and full width tailing panel. Silva has also given the Ioniq 5N a more aggressive stance, which is expected from, of course, a performance-oriented crossover with the proportions of a hot hatchback. Although these renderings and the official photos for the Ioniq 5 don't do it justice, this car makes the Tesla Model 3 look a little smaller. What do you think, friends? Let me know, please, in the comment section below. As to what kind of powertrain Hyundai will use in the Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6 GT may offer a preview in this regard. Speaking of Kia GT6, Kia EV GT6, Hyundai's next EV is going to be possibly the poor man's Taycan, and the Ioniq 6 Sedan might be coming earlier than expected. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. In the meantime, looks like in the N division at Hyundai makes electric and fuel cells its priority. Fancy and fast retro electric vehicle may be coming soon. Stephen Dobie from Top Gear says it looks like the N version of the Hyundai Ioniq 5 may be in the works. Yep, fans of retro-inspired wedgie crossovers who need to get places quickly, he says, can rejoice because the Ioniq 5N may be coming. Fresh from its scooping our design going to gong all the Top Gear electric awards, and division has hinted to Top Gear as that Hyundai's retro EV might be the next model in line for a performance upgrade. This is going to be really interesting that Hyundai will introduce an N version of an electric vehicle, because last week I was test driving the Veloster N, what was a great car, but I think too expensive for the price and the gas. But now this being electric, that will not be a problem. We're going to see what type of price it will have, the N performance version. Could you imagine we were not working on it already? Teased Albert Biermann, boss of N division. His colleague Thomas Schemera was a bit less cryptic, writes Top Gear, saying everybody knows that our electric global modular platform E-GMP, that's Hyundai's electric global modular platform, has a lot of potential and shows a lot of flexibility. One thing is for sure, eco-friendly models are on our priority list at the top. We never stop thinking about extending our product portfolio, and strategically we are moving full speed ahead with eco-friendly offerings. We are moving ahead with our battery electric concept and our fuel cell electric concept. Would that be something with an Ioniq model as its basis? I guess it seems to be realistic, he added, yep, still somewhat cryptically. But given the Ioniq 5 is rear drive stock with up to 300 horsepower in all-wheel drive trim, there is certainly performance potential there, says Top Gear, which hasn't been unlocked in standard form, Hyundai favoring a comfier approach thus far. Indeed, Hyundai vehicles, they favor a more comfortable approach on everything to their vehicles. It's no secret that Hyundai is working with Rimac on an electric performance performance car, one to top the N range, but it seems cars like the i30N, i20N, and new Kona N may not only be the very first N models, but perhaps the last with internal combustion as their main power source. Things move quickly in Korea, and with Hyundai, I am personally surprised how well Hyundai has been doing in terms of moving toward electrification. Now, speaking of Hyundai, it looks like the Ioniq 6 sedan might be coming earlier than expected, and Hyundai's next electric vehicle is going to be the poor man's Taycan. That's how Carbuzz calls it. Like most automakers, Hyundai is moving at a rapid pace, like I just said, towards full-scale electrification. Although it has yet to officially announce those plans like some other automakers have done, the writing is kind of on the wall, as they say. It'll happen sooner or later, and the South Korean car maker is quickly anxious to launch its second battery electric model. According to the Korean car blog, Hyundai aims to launch the Ioniq 6 all-electric sedan earlier in 2022 than originally planned. Basically, it wants to shorten the time spent once the Ioniq 5 hits the market, which could go on sale as soon as next month in South Korea. Therefore, it's certainly possible the Ioniq 6 will debut in production form before the end of this year. Specifically, details about the Ioniq 6 remain top secret, but Carbuzz says we do know it'll share the same dedicated EV platform, which I just mentioned, called E-GMP, Electronic Global Modular Platform, as the Ioniq 5. Styling-wise, it'll closely resemble the stunning Prophecy concept. Hyundai previously confirmed the Ioniq 6 is essentially a production version of the Prophecy, but a lot can happen going from concept to production. You know, that's the case with almost all cars. A lot of things are happening when cars move from concept to production. With its four-door coupe styling, the Ioniq 6 could win up being sort of a poor man's Porsche Taycan. We're all for that, says Top Gear, and adds that thanks to its architecture, the Ioniq 6 will be capable of fast charging and a driving range potentially as high as 435 miles on a single charge. That's actually very impressive, and now you cannot surprise anyone by 250 miles per single charge. You need to be above 300, close to 400 range, and it's impressive that 435 miles on a single charge will come with Ioniq 6. Like the Ioniq 5, the interior will be a so-called smart living space with a heavy focus on driver and passenger comfort, with features like highly adjustable seats, plenty of leg and headroom, and wireless connectivity. The old digital display will be encasted in a simple yet elegantly designed dash layout. I spoke about the 435 mileage, but friends, we still need to see more better new battery technologies coming, because you can achieve 400, 500, even 600 miles per single charge with today's current Li-ion batteries. But at what cost? It's going to have toll on our environment, because making those batteries is going to have toll on ecology of our environment. So we need to come up with better ways of making batteries, and it's good to see that battery makers are working. You know, Toyota, Quantum Scope, and others are working on the solid-state batteries. Tesla is working on the 4680 batteries, and I'm sure Cattle and other companies like SK Innovation and Panasonic are also working with new battery technologies. What in regard to pricing, the pricing of the Ioniq 6 remains unknown at this time, but Carbuzz says we expect it will carry a higher price point than the Ioniq 5, which is estimated to begin at around $40,000 before federal and state tax credits. So if it's going to be Ioniq 5 is going to be $40,000, I think I will not be surprised to see the Ioniq 6 going in the range of $50,000, in mid $50,000s maybe. I'm sure it will be below $60,000. But if it gets 435 miles of range, it may get closer to $60,000. So I don't know, I would like to hear your thoughts on this. But in the meantime, it's exciting that Hyundai Ioniq 5 could already be called a hot hatch in terms of the Ioniq 5N. Aside from the muscular and sharp bodywork, it already has 300 horsepower and 446 pounds of foot of torque. But don't assume that's as much power as the box electric hatch will get. An N version of Ioniq 5 is probably on the way. And like I said, asked about the idea by Top Gear, Hyundai and boss Albert Biermann made it pretty clear that it's in the works, saying, could you imagine we were not working on it already? Biermann said it in an interview with Top Gear. I will have the links of the descriptions in the description of this video, friends. This is Armen Harayan from torquenews.com. Please subscribe to our channel for daily electric vehicle news. Share our stories in Twitter, in social media. Give us thumbs up, and if you would like, please give us an upload. That will help us tremendously. God bless you, everyone. Peace be with all of you, and I'll see you soon in our next report.